even a LeBron James, and we'll start there. We'll play LeBron James acknowledging that there's a problem in the NBA. Let's watch LeBron James.
Got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night. But I mean, listen, it's a bigger conversation. It's not just the All-Star game. It's our game in general. Our game it's a lot of threes being shot. Mm-hmm. So it's a bigger conversation, just the All-Star game.
You can't blame that on Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. That's the face of the NBA acknowledging the facts. Hey man, this game isn't as compelling. People standing around the three-point line, jacking up three-pointers, it's not as compelling. That's LeBron James. In a rare moment of transparency and honesty, hats off to LeBron James. I don't want to disparage or add any snark to that. Hats off to LeBron James for acknowledging what's obvious. The game has changed, and not in a real productive way. It's a three-point shooting contest. And there's no diversity in style or play. But here's J.J. Redick.
If I'm a casual fan and you tell me every time I turn on the television that the product sucks, well, I'm not going to watch the product. And that's really what has happened over the last 10 to 15 years. I don't know why. It's not funny to me. Nothing is entertaining to me. This game should be celebrated. I've watched the league evolve. I'm in this league right now. I can tell you without fact, or with fact, that the league is more talented, and not just raw talent. The league is more talented and skilled than it was 18 years ago when I was drafted. That's a fact. There are more players that are excellent. There are more teams that are excellent. I heard when I played for, 4 or 5 years, well, why don't we even play the regular season? We know who's going to be in the finals. Well, guess what? We have parity now. And we're not celebrating parity. We're not celebrating the fact that the Western Conference is as loaded as it is. We're playing a Sacramento team tonight that's incredible, with incredible talent, and they've got a losing record. It's not because they're a bad basketball team. I don't know. We don't have anybody that's willing to step up to the fact that this is an awesome game and we should talk about it and celebrate it in a positive way. That doesn't mean we don't critique it. We should critique it, but we should celebrate it. And nobody's doing that.
They're lackadaisical about the game. There is no real competition. It's a horrible showcase of the game. It's a big, gigantic commercial of like, look how much we've paid these tatted up tall guys who don't really care about the game. Look at them. They won't even compete. That is what has hyper-focused the conversation around the NBA and its poor play and its jacking up of three-pointers and its non-competitive and its jersey swaps. And then by the time you tack on the super teams and there's no real competition and that guys are best friends off the court and they're plotting and scheming. Hey, how can we play together? When Draymond Green is the biggest defender of LeBron James and they've never played on the same team together, that's what makes people say, hey, there's a real problem here. There's a lack of competition here within the NBA. And then you tack on load management. You can't blame this on Barkley and all these other people where you can just go look. You can go to basketballreference.com and say, well, damn, Michael Jordan played 81, 82 games, like in the overwhelming majority of the seasons he played in the NBA. I think he played 14 years, and I think 11 of those, he played at least 80 games during the regular season. I think at age 40 with the Washington Wizards, at the end of his career, the man played 82 games. Players don't do that now. They've had to come up with rules that you can't be eligible for an award unless you play 65 games. You can't blame this on Barkley and the inside the NBA crew. These are just facts, And we're living in an era right now where people don't ignore facts. We're living in the era of the Great Awakening, and where people are tired of corporate legacy media driving the conversation. They don't trust corporate legacy media because corporate legacy media is a bunch of race baiting, distraction creating idiots who don't know about the game, don't care about the game, and basically it's a DEI exercise. Hey, let's put people on TV who, again, Stephen A. Smith is at the top of the field. He's lied about his own basketball career. He's been caught slipping so many times that he doesn't know what he's talking about, and you're wondering why people don't trust legacy media, and now they're looking to social media and people like Jay Skapanek and others that really care about the game and are doing a lot of research and use stats and do all kinds of research to present a factual, reality-based interpretation of what we're seeing. They don't trust the legacy media, and nor should they. It's a group of idiots. And a lot of it is, hey, let's install a woman who's never played this game. She's just here for eye candy. She sits in the middle of these discussions and brings everything down. And the one show that we like, Inside the NBA, oh, guess what? They don't just throw a woman on there and dirty that up with an eye candy host. They have Ernie Johnson. It's a group of men having a discussion, and men have tough discussions and deal in reality. It's my job to celebrate Asia Wilson and these black women that came before me, and it's your job to celebrate the NBA. They can put whatever garbage product they want out there, and it's your job to celebrate it. And people should be celebrated. How about every 2 weeks when they get that paycheck? Is it celebrated then? The fans have celebrated sports and overpaid athletes and coaches and everybody for decades. We've lost the balance that we actually need someone, what Barkley and those guys are doing, but whether they do it or not, it's going to be done over social media. People are going to nitpick this game, as they should. They're going to examine its changes and its devolvement into a three-point shooting contest. How are you going to celebrate the All-Star game? It's a hot mess. How are you going to celebrate Kawhi Leonard and all the other, Joel Embiid, and all the other players that have to load manage